Today I wanted to show people a selection of Arts Council England grants. Now, Arts Council England does get taxpayer funding, it's a quango, but the ones I'm concentrating on are the National Lottery grants. Now, National Lottery is of course not compulsory, it's not like paying tax where you're made to do it, but it still gives a lot of people hope. A lot of people think that it's going to go towards really good, useful things if they don't win it and if someone else doesn't win it. But what I've seen is pretty bad. So without further ado, here are examples from Arts Council England's Developing Your Creative Practice programme. So the first one I've spotted is 11,980 for queer research in Nashville. So ACE, Arts Council England ACE, awarded just under 12,000 to artist Coral Bevan so she could research queer country music in Nashville. And she just basically, if you're looking at her Instagram feed, she just went on a nice little tour around the so-called Music City, and she dressed up as her alter ego Wayneson, and I'll just put up a little bit of footage on the screen of her embodying this character where she is, just a warning, there's a dildo in the video.
Born in the wild, the magic elixir of musky man.
So next up, £12,000 towards Angeline Morrison, the artist behind the ACE-funded project Summoning the Ancestors, the Hidden Black Presence in Britain's Folk Songs. Now, I actually listened to some of her music and it wasn't too bad, but I just wonder why on her website it says that she has a strong belief in magic and enchantment as powerful charms for decoloniality. That just normally is code for de-whitify. Yeah, I just think, why can't you just say I'm a folk music artist? I mean, probably because you won't get the grant, but anyway. The next one, 13,500 towards climate responsive theatre. So last year, Catherine Abigail Wards was awarded ACE funding to support her original theatre making practice, making theatre responding to climate crisis. And she's been investigating a wide range of approaches to performance, including sustainable puppetry, landscape theatre, regenerative and community-led theatre making, and integrating permaculture principles into art processes. Next up, 12,700 for hand performance in queer dance. Now, I've really struggled to find, and this wasn't the first case, I really struggled to find what this had actually produced on the internet. I was rummaging around everywhere. So that was interesting in itself, and not the first instance where I couldn't find the goods. So this guy, Daniel Torquato Fortes, is the artist behind the project, almost £13,000 in funding. And its full title is Heated, Developing Hand Fan Performance in Queer Dance. And he's described as a queer Brazilian researcher working in the intersection of digital technologies, cultural heritage, craft arts, performance arts and storytelling. And here is the bit I think is extra shocking. He came to the UK through the Chevening Scholarship Scheme, that's taxpayer funded. So a Brazilian guy has come here on taxpayer funding for a scholarship. He is now so useful to the UK economy that he's been given just under £13,000 for developing hand fan performance in queer dance. Anyway, next up, last year, a London-based artist received just under 12,500 for her project Navigating Diaspora Identities, a journey of research skills and experimental development through ceramics. And one of her materials is baked beans in terracotta and baked bean resin. Next up, and this is where I really think, this is where it really starts to take the mickey. So just under £12,000. So this guy's called Jacka Scapin. He was awarded just under $12,000 for his project incorporating pre-Christian Slavic traditions as a queer/migrant artist facilitator. And on his website, he explains his sound as being marked by meditative and expansive vocal tapestries that emerge spontaneously from both my movement and voice, bearing the mark of my choral background, jazz training, and Slavic heritage. So that's another person that's not from the UK getting UK money to incorporate pre-Christian Slavic traditions as a queer/migrant artist facilitator. Next up, 14,360 towards the preservation of queer dance history. So the person that won this is a non-binary, multidisciplinary artist, choreographer, creative designer, 2S LGBTQ plus activist and personality. And 2S is used within Indigenous cultures to describe people who embody both male and female spirits. And this person runs a London-based seasonal artist development program for queer dancers and creative movers of the global majority, and are supportive allies. And global majority basically means anyone that's not white. Can someone give me a different definition? I mean, it's sort of replaced BAME. Happy to be corrected on that, but that's the way it's sort of like saying diverse. It kind of means not white, or anyone willing to disagree, let me know. So all of this, I hope that's really cheered you up, just convinces me more and more, do not buy a lottery ticket. Sure, it's not going to create a dent in the universe, but if you want to fight woke, there are little ways you can do it. So don't bother with the lottery.